This is a song I wrote about, I'm originally from Australia, coming to LA and the bright lights of Hollywood, and dealing with what that is and whether I stay or go, or just everything about it as an artist.
Of course, everything I paint is going to be from a woman's perspective. I do mostly acrylic, but I do use a lot of gel mediums and different types of techniques as far as, you know, sometimes I'll burn a canvas or I'll shellac a canvas or, you know, or I'll tear the canvas up. Well, I mean, I did it at first from necessity, and that I couldn't afford the canvases, and so I would basically paint on used canvas. I would paint on anything I could find. I painted on everything from car hoods to window shades to whatever will hold paint. I don't really think it's necessary to, you know, use artists' materials. I like to take the art and have that be part of the emotion of the painting. You know, if it's something that is very in your face and so forth, I will beat a canvas, you know, just to get that emotion.
My art celebrates what it means to be feminine and enjoy dressing up in your mom's clothes as a little girl and dreaming of going out to parties. For instance, this one deals with just the mystery of womanhood and how oftentimes what you see isn't always what you get, but it's the beauty of getting to know someone and their inner beauty coming through. I work mainly in acrylic paints on canvas.
I'm watching an awful lot of news lately. I'm a kind of a news junkie, and some of the paintings that I did before I knew about the exhibit, but in the last few weeks I've been really following the war on women, if you will, very closely. These two paintings that are just recent, these two that sort of reflect where I'm at right now, which is pretty angry. Actually, we're going backwards. That's what's happening. All the rights that when I was growing up I just assumed were always going to be there are being taken away. I even wanted to put a gag on her mouth, but I didn't do that. It didn't work with the painting, but I feel like we're being hogtied, and they're trying to shove us back into history. And so this was called the Dark Ages, and that's
I have contemporary, more cubism pieces, but I also have my last piece, which is a bunch of different scriptures tied into this piece, and it's about self-deception and following the things of the world, trying to get what you want, but always being empty. So that's what she's blinded for with her. This one has a little more of a part of my life, growing up and then going to San Francisco, being an artist, and just being broken by all the choices I've made, and then trying to find out who I am through Christ, who's died for me. So it's been a really crazy journey of, just being sad and happy and everything in between. Since I moved to California, I really love all of the different sceneries and the culture, and it's beautiful out here, and there's so much art and artistic people, so that's kind of where those pieces come from. The majority of my subjects are women and the female body parts, just because they have nice curves, and I like doing eyes and the hair and just the details in general. Oil pastels on cardboard primarily, but I do have one piece that's acrylic on paper, but primarily it's oil pastel. I was inspired to do this technique by Edgar Degas. He used to do some stuff on cardboard using pastels. So I kind of combined inspiration from Edgar Degas and also Andy Warhol as far as my colorings go.
Spoken word artist, J.Walker.
I do what I do if there's already too much bragging. I never thought rhymes about nines blasting would be lasting. So now I need to know how a song about earrings is going to bring out feelings of heart and passion. That's why we're living, isn't it? For those 5 minutes a week we feel inspired, maybe by a singer, poet, or a beatboxer who had one line that just lit a fire that got you outside of your box and into your thoughts. Because inside of our box, our thoughts are mixed up and backwards. And yes, I love hip-hop, but I can't stick up for rap words anymore, at least. It's the media's fault because they're exploring the beast. Well, I just saw some beauty from Steve's page. I just saw some beauty from a hip-hop queen whose marketing team had her locked in the cage. I'm enraged because we're so conditioned by cream and cars, it might seem bizarre to even dream of the stars and the skies where inspiration, astrological answers, and mathematical magic lie. But is money or technology the root of all evil? Not for me to answer. But can you see yourself 80 years old in a hospital bed dying of cancer? Because 1 in 5 of us are going to die exactly like that. And that's when our hearts begin to speak. It's like we're cramming a lifetime of sentimental comments into 1 week. We never had time for it before. Between the coffee, the commute, the lunchtime meetings, and the fleeting thoughts of deleting pot, I think we lost our power for believing. In that hospital bed, we see the truth. We see what matters most with those few moments in life that we actually seized. Even when our insecurities and our self-sabotaging behaviors wanted us to freeze. You see, I talk about hip-hop lots because I thought that's what you wanted to know. But the flat-lined American minds are being overrun by shows, movies, TVs, advertisements, and radio stations, all of which have conditioned us for instant gratification. I'm talking about hidden pleasures being placed in the memory of this nation, which is now trying to sell us inspiration. But you can't buy the feeling of seeing your favorite artist on the mic. You can't buy the feeling of seeing Michael Jordan take flight. You can't buy the feeling of being with someone who loves you more than life. And that's where inspiration lies. When it's right there, waiting for your taking. Inspiration.
It doesn't say it for you.